Have you been thinking that it's time to buy a lake house? There are so many options for lake houses, and I am talking primarily about lake houses that are really commuting distance to New York City. When I say commuting distance, I mean that you could realistically get up in the morning and get yourself into the city in the morning in a reasonable amount of time. So some of the lakes I'm going to talk about are going to be a little farther out, but it is still reasonable. I'm not talking when you start getting so far out that it takes hours and hours. And some of these lake communities actually have New Jersey Transit, trains and buses that are right by there. So the amount of lake communities that are close proximity to New York, there's a lot of them, and they all offer something different. And some of them, are very suburban with nice big green lawns, and then others are a lot more rustic and are surrounded by forest. So the first thing to do is probably get an idea of what do you want to do at your lake house? What are you envisioning your time being spent doing? If you're really into let's say jet skis, if you're like, okay, I want to take my jet ski out and really tear it up every weekend and have a lot of people around and a lot going on, some of the big lakes might be a good idea. New Jersey has Greenwood Lake, which spans from New Jersey, and then it actually goes into New York. So you've got Greenwood Lake, which is a nice big lake, and then we also have Lake Apacon. There's a lake in Denville, New Jersey. Denville actually has a New Jersey Transit train station and a really adorable downtown with ice cream and restaurants and shops and everything. Indian Lake, you're allowed to do big boats on Indian Lake. But then if you're really into swimming, Indian Lake might not be the best lake for you because there's restrictions on how far you could swim out into the lake because of the big boats. So it's really important that you match yourself up with the right community. And you may not know which is the right community for you. What I strongly recommend is when you're like, okay, what do I want to do? I would make a list, whether you make it in your phone or you go old school and get yourself some paper. Make a list of these are the activities that I would like to do. I would like to do yoga on my dock. I would like to go hiking in the state forest. I'd like to go out to dinner a lot. I'd like to go jet skiing. I want a lake that is very environmentally conscious. Many of the lake communities have multiple companies that come and test the water, and then sometimes they have other companies that treat the water. So taking care of the lake is very important, and you want to know that the community is into that. So environmentally speaking, what's going on with the lake? There's a lot of factors. Some lakes are really not the greatest for swimming, and then other lakes are absolutely pristine and a really good opportunity for people that are into triathlons, long distance swimming, whether you're doing it to compete or long distance swimming is just something that you like to do. So all of these factors, it might be, you could do all of these activities at one lake or maybe in different sections of a lake. Some of the bigger lakes have coves that might be a little bit quieter. What I'm getting at here is that I would come up with a list of what you're looking for, and then you have to go look at the properties. You need to go see the different lake houses, and maybe you can narrow it down rather than saying, I want to buy a lake house in northern New Jersey, which is vast, narrowing it down to, okay, these are the lakes and these are the lake communities that I'm super interested in. There has not been a lot of lake inventory. So, and historically, even when there are a lot of houses for sale, the lakes are still, it's such a special thing, a lakefront property. They're not making any more lakefront property, all those little, fun idioms. But the truth is that, we've got some great lake houses. But when you get your lake house, you want to get the one that really fits your needs the best. So I recommend, deciding these are the couple of lakes that I'm interested in. And then when you've got your lake figured out, the next step is figuring out what section of the lake do you want to be on. Some people want to be next to maybe the community clubhouse, and other people would want to be as far away from the clubhouse as absolutely possible. So these are the little details that you need to think about, or you need to have an agent that can think about it. Lake houses are special, and they definitely require more fine tuning when it comes to picking out what section of the lake do you want to be in. Maybe a cove might be quieter. It might be flatter, maybe not as many stairs from your car to your house or from your house to the lake, but then you might be sacrificing the depth of the water. You think, do you want the sun in the morning? Do you want the sun in the afternoon? Some communities have the street in between your lakefront and your dock area. Some lake communities have homes that are built up all around the lake, and you need to, be able to walk down to the dock or the community center to go swimming. So is this something that you're interested in? How close are the houses? How big are the lot sizes? Is there a homeowners association that you need to join? I'm of the mind that having to pay dues and having a community to join into is good, because these are the people that are watching the quality of the water, watching to make sure that people aren't coming in and just, overbuilding or cutting all the trees down. You want to keep the integrity of the lake community. And then there's all the different sports. Some lake communities have pickleball, volleyball, hiking. Hiking is great at lake houses, and there's so many of the lakes in northern New Jersey that you could literally hike out the back door into like major state forests. I mean, all the lakes in Bloomingdale, New Jersey are backed up to Northern Green, which the hiking is exceptional. It's not easy. There's some really great hikes, views in New York City. There's multiple waterfalls. And you start out hiking on private land, and then you get right into the forest. So there's so many factors with the lake houses. What I recommend doing, sort of as a recap, make a list of how you want to spend your time. And then think about, are you going to be using your house as a primary residence? Are you using your house as a vacation spot? Are you planning on having a lot of guests over? Do you want big boats? Do you want little boats? Always keep in mind too, if you're really more into kayaks, paddling, and swimming, you could always take some time and go to Greenwood Lake and rent a boat, go to Lake Kayaking and rent a boat. So you really can have the best of both worlds. But again, go check it out. Let's go see the houses. Let's go see a house on Greenwood Lake. Let's go see a house on Lake Kayaking and see which one you like best. You might think that you want one thing and you end up with something completely different. And the best thing to do is get out and go see the houses. So if you have any questions about lake houses and which lake you think may fit your needs the best, give me a call. I know the lakes in northern New Jersey, and so many of them are commutable to New York City. And I'm talking like New Jersey Transit buses, New Jersey Transit trains, right into the towns. The bus could drop you off and you could actually walk to your lake house. So let me know if you have any questions. It's Jennifer Ellis from Coldwell Banker, and I am a northern New Jersey lake house specialist. Thanks for watching.